Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest episode of the Tumult Trials. And I'm just going to warn you now, it's not going to get any easier for me. So, tonight, we're doing it. We're going to attempt to win with a common only deck, specifically Pauper Basira. Uh, People who were here last week know that I have tried to build a common deck that even gets close to winning, like a lot, and this is going to be a struggle for people who are new or people who haven't been here for a while and like don't understand. The Tumult Trial series is not about winning. It never was. If we win a game tonight, something went wrong, and somebody should check on my opponent because they might not be okay. The point of this series is to challenge ourselves, challenge the deck building kind of zeitgeist of the game, challenge how we think about deck building, challenge how we think about the heroes, show what makes the better version of the deck the better version of the deck, seeing decks that people are working on, and about fun. Losing is fun. This is the message I want to give people. Learn to enjoy losing. But let's go ahead and get into the deck list, and I have some things to mention about it, and then we'll get into some games. So, Pauper Basira is a deck that is highly inspired by the Basira deck list from a guy trying, one of the Altered community members who makes pretty sweet meta decks. I will link his video to his version in the YouTube description if people want to see what this was based on. And we're going to talk about what happens when you try to make a common only deck, because I think that's important. Not only do you lose your rares, which I actually think is not that big of a deal, you lose the out of faction cards, which I think is the real hit you take when you play a common only deck. The consequences of that for this deck is common Bravos has no card advantage at all. The only card advantage you have is you can make things lose fleeting, which is not card advantage, you're just card neutral. You lose all of the resupply, like Rare Bravos, Haven Bravos Bastion. This card has resupply. The common version does not. So if you look at a guy trying's deck list and you look at mine, you'll immediately see that this deck will have late game problems. And we're going to show that tonight. But let's go through really fast. This deck is fairly simple. We're playing Basira, so they want to put boost on things and then put more boost on things. So one way or another, things get boost. We're just all in. If they don't get boost, they have seasoned. I've played this deck quite a bit, trying to even see if it could win. And I've gotten close a lot, but haven't closed it out, so I'm not expecting to tonight. But it's a fun experience. It's fun to play with cards you wouldn't normally all play together at the same time. And I would like to thank the Altered Discord members who let me borrow cards to stream this deck and make the video. I don't have all the commons in the set as 3 copies, and I think when you're playing commons only, consistency becomes really big. So thank you. You will get your cards back, I promise. I'm being held accountable. This is live. I would say, in my experience, the key cards in the deck are basically anything that helps you lose fleeting. It's such a big deal because you don't have the card advantage, like I said, to draw more cards over and over again. And the disruption is kind of lacking because we don't have the out of faction rares, but you need the disruption to even have a chance to keep up. But let's get into some games and see how close we can get to winning with a common only deck with the current decks people are building. Welcome, welcome. This is our attempt to win, try winning, hopefully not fail miserably, with a common only or Pauper Basira deck. Now, I've tried this a bunch, and if someone better was playing the deck, they could probably do it consistently, but for me, it's quite hard. Well, you have to find someone in your city that will also give you the physical cards. The community is hardcore. I'm trying to give my comments. Everyone has too many. Yeah, I actually I was playing. I don't know if anybody knows the game. There's a skirmish war game called Infinity. I was playing Infinity at a game store here last night, and the store I was playing at had booster packs and only booster packs, and I bought one. And somebody actually came up to me asking about it, and they were like, "I can't find it anywhere." And I was like, "Yeah, for some reason in the Boston area, it's very hard to find." Okay, so let's see what we got. So a lot of one drops. I kind of want to keep the sabotage. Okay. Isun, Boshi, or Ratatosker. I think keeping the helping hand is big. Keeping the sabotage might be big. We only have like 7. No. Yeah, I think 7 like disruption things. Isun Bushi is fine, but I think he's better if I have Blade Dancer as well. Okay, so I mean, we're just gonna try. So they're playing Auraq and Kibble, which means that they should be playing a lot of 0-statted things. That might work in our favor. This is a very fun deck. Definitely coming up soon for the one box brew videos. The first one box brew stream should be tomorrow. And it should be Subash. I hope they flip into something sweet, if I'm being honest. Okay, what are their support abilities? Okay, so we'll see what they do. Okay, we can make them discard something. We can attempt to ramp. Okay, I think we try to ramp a little bit. Or sabotage. Ooh. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, we're just gonna... No, we gotta sabotage the Robin Hood when it goes back. So... Alright, I think we do this. We will lose the Ratatosker, but we gotta make sure this Robin Hood doesn't slow us down more if we can. So they return the Martingale to their hand. Meeting somebody in the wild who was like, Altered was wild. I didn't... I thought about it, but I was like, I'm not gonna drop that I make content for the game. I'm proud of myself for not doing that. Okay, so we put something down. Okay. I think we just put down the Tiny Djinn, actually. I need people's opinions about how to play the gens, because at some point I'm like, yeah, you could be extra mana, or I can just make you mana right now, and I have no idea if I'm like playing them correctly or not. So we have 5. I mean, we gotta sabotage. So yeah, like I can't like they might have another one in hand, but if they don't, then I'm happy. Ooh. Discard target permanent. Okay, so they're okay. So we're not gonna play the Bravos Bastion. They're just gonna get rid of it. I think we have to. Do we make them use it, or do we wait and play it and then play something? I mean, it's only from reserve anyway. We're just gonna make them use it. Someone, you know, this was a very nice feedback on one of the YouTube videos. Somebody was like, "Oh, can you move your webcam down so we can see the opponent's landmarks?" And I was like, "Oh, you're totally right." So, you know, thank you for the feedback, whoever you were. Okay, so they're gonna move twice. Okay, so they're gonna flip something. Gotta discard a lot. Hopefully they don't flip anything big, because like, I don't know, we're doing okay right now. Like the biggest problem with the common version of this deck is just like, we run out of cards eventually, but luckily you don't need that much mana. Wow, really? They got rid of the cloth cocoon. That's actually really surprising. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the soon. Oh shit. I think having the extra mana maybe does matter. Who's your favorite? Sayonara? Now that have you been able to play at your game store anymore? What did they get? Did they not get anything? 2, 3. Okay. So we're gonna. Oh my god, I'm dumb. I don't know why I did that. It's fine. We're okay. Okay, so alright. This week was another starter deck event, but I didn't go. I'm going next week for our first draft, hoping people show up. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I really hope that they eventually add like draft to BGA, because for people like me who just can't, I'll try to get people like back home to do it, but it's still pretty rough. Okay. I mean, I did kind of mess up over here. So, oh wait. I guess I could have done this, but they could have blocked it really easily. Target character gains fleeting. Okay. That's actually fine. Our store finally got in the OP promo packs, which I'm excited to get. Yeah. Hey, Equinox, you want to just like send me one? That'd be pretty sweet. You don't need to do that, but it would be nice. We're doing okay. I think we can all agree. That would be amazing. Yeah. We can all agree that this game's going okay. Like, this game so far doesn't feel that different from, like, if this was a starter deck equivalent. The problem is later. How's it gonna feel? I think we can just keep everything. And this is like the benefit is like I don't even know if we have a 4-cost card in the deck because it's all commons. We might have like one. No, we have a couple 5 and maybe a 6, but they're like we don't have that many. And we can sabotage the... Okay. Now let's go here. We can sabotage the fleeting. $505. So one. Gain 1 boost. So this would go to 4. I could make it 5. No, I can't. I could make it 4. And then... Do we just... I think we just try to take this side. This is where it starts to struggle. I can play the Blade Dancer as well. So let's pass and see what they do. They have 1 card in hand. Okay. Alright, well we're not going to take Forest or Water, so... Let's do this. Let's get some boost on the Blade Dancer. The Haven Bouncer will go away, but we have another one. I've found it's very hard to take both sides late in the game with this deck. Or the common only version of the deck, at least. I must discard 1 card. Okay, so we'll have 8. Man, okay. This gives somebody anchor. This, okay. We're gonna get rid of the Haven Bouncer. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. Having 2 Haven permanents is not bad. Do we need to discard anything? Do I need to discard the Bravos Vanguard? We basically like win now or we don't win, so but they might have Sabotage. 3, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we're gonna risk it. I'm not a safe player. Oh. They play Hooked for free. Okay. So I think they failed their flips twice, which I built, like I said, I built the 1-box brew version of this deck, and you basically have to go all in. Okay. I really wish we weren't on forest water. I mean, these are both gonna go away. So this will go up to 5. And then we can get it up to 6, 7. We just can't beat them. So we're gonna play this first. And we're not gonna do anything. Okay. Interesting. Because now we can just do this and save both of these for, or no, we can remove the fleeting and have 2, because who knows what we'll draw, and we'll both move, and we have a 6/6/6 that'll become a 9/9/9. Okay. It's going okay. So 3/3/1/1. I mean, hey, that's all the mana we have. I would laugh so hard if I just clicked pass through our turn. And we go first. They definitely could have sabotage or removal. They could have like Cloth Cocoon. They've only played 1. 1 might be in their mana. Oh man, this is actually kind of a tough decision because I think we just go with Ratatosker over here. They still have Off You Go, yeah. So they're gonna wait. They didn't sabotage, which means Off You Go's their only answer. We're gonna play things in the smallest stat order and hope that gets them to use it. Okay. Okay. So okay, we're gonna do this. They could hook again, but then they can't Off You Go unless they have 1 in hand. So it's kind of fine. I still think our chances are low, but they're slowly increasing. Okay. What could they have that's 1 mana? Another Hooked? And we go to a tiebreaker? A hooked is the only thing I think they could have that would stop us. Wait, we did it, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello, we are continuing to try our best with a common only Basira list. Good luck to anyone who tries to do this. Good luck to myself. Okay. This is this is gonna be hard. So I talked about this last time, but I tested a bunch of different common only heroes. Sigismar was one that I think would actually be very good with enough practice and like tuning. The extra body when you don't have a ton of card advantage it's so big. So these are some Pauper format tips when that pops up eventually. Honestly, I'm gonna breathe for a second really fast, but you could play Pauper right now. Because of the way the game works and that every card is common, you could 100% play a common only format right now. And those decks would play well together and against each other. Now, don't do what I'm doing. Don't play them against real decks. That's crazy. Honestly, keeping the Haven Bouncer was so good. Ooh, but in Sigismar... Okay, I think we keep Jin. I think we actually keep Intimidation for Sigismar. Sabotage is good, but... we'll try this. I hope everyone's having a good... hold on. Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. My days are really mixed up. Yeah, we'll play Tiny Jin. Yeah, to tell like the story of last night. If you've never played Infinity, it's a skirmish war game. So it's like dice rolling, and you move models around on a table and shoot each other and have war. It's very like technical. Like guns have different ranges they can shoot at, and you get like plus or minus to your dice value. It's a very technical game, and I was playing someone who was new, and I've only been playing for like 8 months. So I was already being like really relaxed. Do they have another one drop? But like halfway through the game, my opponent started feeling really bad because the universe hates me and dice hate me, and I'm very unlucky. They did, wow. And so I think I failed 90% of my dice rolls, and that's not an exaggeration. But that's like very typical for me. And my opponent felt so bad. And people kept coming up who play me more often. They're like, no, 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 no. The dice really hate him. This is like perfectly normal. And he kept trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna stop doing this because I feel bad. And I'd be like, no, 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 just destroy me. Just like, fine. If we finish in 10 minutes, I can like lay down on the ground and take a nap. And it was so confusing for my opponent because it was like I was trying and failing so bad that he was like, shouldn't you be like a little upset? And I was like, why? This is hilarious. And that's why I make this video series. Wukong. So I figured that this would be a harder matchup. Having more bodies versus like a common deck that gives a small number of boosts sometimes is much harder to deal with. Okay. We're gonna get rid of the Bravos Vanguard. We have to take Nova to the vet tomorrow because he never peed in the different litter box. He like refused to. Is another non-token joint your exhibition? Okay, I'm gonna intimidation this. I mean, it just goes back in their hand, unfortunately. I was trying to think, does Bravos have any real disruption? Because I count sabotage as half of a disruption. It's so annoying. So we tried so many ways. We were like, okay, put Nova in our bedroom with food and water in the litter box. Okay, put Chopper in the bedroom and put the litter box out here. He just like literally like looked at it and was like, I'm not doing it. Yeah, since Nova's 16 years old, we like should do dental for him, but since he might have kidney problems, they were like, oh, like he probably can't do it, but unfortunately, I don't know why I thought Tiny Jin was 2 mana from reserve, so that was my bad, but I figured they have something. And they can just pay 1 in. Yeah. I think that this is probably one of this deck's like roughest matchups. Don't underappreciate more bodies. Okay. Oh, no. We gotta get rid of Tiny Jin. So we can... Okay. Let's do this. No, I basically have to do it. Maybe I should have done it in a different order, but that's okay. I mean, we should move on Mountain at least. You know, here's the thought. You know, we have Ren and Orchid. They care about moving on Forest with Forest. Do you think they're going to add the other terrain types and have abilities like that? And if so, which factions do you think they'll be in? Because obviously Forest being in Muna, like, makes sense. The other ones feel more vague to me. And you really want to move over here. Do I think you have another... Do I do this just to stop them from... Like, we're gonna lose this game. This is pure spite. Just making them use all their cards to move this one side. The last starter deck, Tumult Trials, It might come out tomorrow, but it might come out Friday. I can't even remember if I've made the thumbnail. And then the Saturday episode is either gonna be this from this stream or from Thursday's stream. It depends on how Thursday's stream goes. I want Thursday's stream to come out on a Saturday. We finally moved. I will fully admit, I was not playing this game as well after the last game, so, you know, human error is allowed. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that seals the deal. Does it? Actually? Interesting. So okay. So, I should play this first. I'm pretty sure the game's over, but we're gonna make them work for it a little bit. The Ordis common only deck is probably the last one I'm gonna do, and we're not gonna be doing these every week. Like, we're gonna mix up like what we're doing. It's probably gonna be Sigismar. Oh, Bonanaka, hey. Wait, don't you have school tomorrow? What are you doing? You should not be awake. Isn't it like a crazy time where you are? You're on school holidays. Wait, what? What holiday? I know you live in Australia, but what holiday is right now in Australia? Okay. Yeah, I know. I know you live in Australia. Did Anita's stream finish? Basically, one term is 10 weeks, then 2-week break. Oh, that's interesting. So, like, probably healthier for students and not the way the US does it, where it's like you're in school and then suddenly you're not in school for 3 months and you're like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, I caught the, like, most of the beginning of it, and, yeah, you know, the title of the stream, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, that makes more sense than, I mean, it's kind of similar to like the Japanese system. Also, I can't believe we didn't just lose. Have you been playing Valorant? How's it been going? Or did you, like everybody else, take a break? Yeah. Chat. If we win this game, I'm a god. We're not gonna win. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you don't know, we're playing a new trading card game called Altered. Yeah. Have fun doing what you're doing. Thanks for stopping by. It was nice to see you. I'll be here probably. Wow, they're just putting everything on one side, huh? They're doing that. So I feel like, yeah, I'll see you then. I feel like me stopping them from moving the last day tilted them, because why would you do this? Like why? Man, I wish I had enough to do this, but what do they need? They need forest water. I could I think I just do this to guarantee they're not gonna move over here if they try. If you're new here, if you're lurking for the first time or hopping in for the first time, we are recording for a YouTube gameplay series called the Tumult Trials. That's all about playing bad or wacky decks, and it's kind of a challenge series to see if we can pull off some wins in difficult ways. It's quite fun. 5 episodes are out, all of the starter decks playing against people's custom and meta decks. The 6th one will go out sometime this week, and then we are starting to actually build decks for it. This is a common only Basira deck. Yeah, playing only commons is quite hard. They really just like, why did they do this? I mean, they couldn't have won over. Actually, they could have won over here because we're done, but they didn't need to put everything on one side. I will say, I don't think anyone has ever noticed we're playing only commons. And like, people have confirmed with me after the game on the Altered Discord that they're like, you were playing only commons? Why? And I was like, for shits and giggles, okay? we're here for a good time, not a long time. It's always nice when people from other streaming communities hop in and chat. Especially when they're on the literal other side of the world from me. Okay. Alright, we just get rid of Isunboshi. You know what's sad? We're doing so much better than we should be against Sigismar. Okay, well, we have to get rid of that. It has tough 2. Okay, I think this does it because this it's gonna cost 5 now. 3, 5. Yeah, I think they got it now. Because I can't remove the fleeting and remove this. Yeah. Hi, Draconis. How are you doing tonight? We're about to lose. Bye-bye, Wukong. I wonder if my wife would get mad if I told her I murdered Wukong in the game. My wife is Chinese, if that makes the joke make more sense. We are also doing well. We're at the end of our second common only Basira game. I mean, well, okay, I don't want to sound like I'm lying. We're at the end of this stream's second game. We're at the end of my, like, I don't want to know game. Let's continue our attempt to win with common only Basira. And coincidentally enough, or not coincidentally, because I assume he hopped into the stream and saw that we were playing, we're playing Doombringer again, which I'm always happy to play them. Hex was the digital TCG before Magic went online. Interesting. What are we doing? I gotta say, hey. They're rolling dice. They're playing Nevenka. Nevenka's fun. Hex was amazing PvE with cards that changed in the digital space, a regular PvP mode like Magic. Oh, that sounds cool. Alright, get rid of 2 Prophets, 2 Haven Bastions. Okay. Look, this is bold. We're being bold right now. Yeah, okay. They were just like, you know, I hop into streams to get a match with you, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Thanks. Luckily, Board Game Arena's queue works really well and we get games relatively quickly, but I like playing with people who watch too. And I know he's not like stream sniping me because it wouldn't be funny anymore. We both just played jank decks against each other. The mushroom guys in here remind me of a race in Hex. I'm gonna look up this game even though it doesn't exist anymore and I can't play it. It just seems like a good time. Alright, we're gonna... So for those that don't know, Nevenka is the dice rolling hero from Lyra. You don't want a 1. Most of the time you want a 2 to a 5, and sometimes you want a 6. I know I've been watching, like, casually watching videos about like Grand Archive 2, but no one around here plays it. Nice. Yeah, man, I've talked about this a bunch before, but I really wish Bandai could control themselves and release less products because I like their card games. They just do too much. And they just announced a Gundam card game and I'm like so mad. Because I know it's gonna go from like 3 sets a year to 7 sets a year in like a year. And yeah, I play Magic sometimes still. Obviously I play Altered a lot. We were playing Digimon quite a lot, but again. Alright, this is Nevenka control. We're screwed. Gundam is one of my favorite franchises, and I just wish a different company was making the card game. I'm not a huge Star Wars person, so I haven't really seen a lot of that game. The art mostly reminds me of like the old Clone Wars like 15-minute animated series, I think is what I'm thinking of. Grand Archive looks relatively fun, but nobody plays it here. Boston's like very exclusively Magic, which is kind of sad. Oh wait, no. Huh, huh. We're high rolling it. Some places play like Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, but it's like one night a week, and Magic is 6 nights a week, and it's like, oh, well, I have to like have a very specific schedule to get to do that one night a week. We're just gonna, no, wait, can't let them. But two Haven Bravos Bastions. I only have a few shops around me that have altered 30 minutes. Yeah. I'm like exclusively in the city. We don't own a car, so it's hard for us to get anywhere else. I know there's places outside of the city that are carrying altered, but it would be like an hour and a half by train, or like a 30-minute drive with a car I don't have. So we still I'm not going to say the store's name because I'm not that kind of person, but we still haven't received our starter decks that like they didn't send to us once and then they sent to us and we still haven't gotten them. I can't let them move twice. That's crazy. Although they are playing control, so it's like they might just move. I'm like North City part. Oh, I'm like in the Boston City area, like in the city. Or like very close outside. So I spent most of my life in Texas, a place where obviously like you have to have a car. Oh, nice. That's not too far. So I grew up with a car. I'm actually a very good driver, which is funny because I hate being in a car, but like I'm so smooth at driving that people constantly fall asleep while I'm driving. Like I drove my wife and a couple friends to Maine like a month or 2 months ago. Everyone was asleep in the car. In like the afternoon, I was like, okay, cool. I guess I'm just here alone in this car. But I have this weird thing where I have terrible motion sickness, and it's like not bad when I'm driving, but it just makes me hate being in vehicles. I'm okay on subways. So Boston has really good public transportation. Driving in Boston's pretty rough too. We live close to an intersection that's called the intersection from hell. I'm gonna do something with my hands, and I'm not joking. This is what the intersection looks like. It's like 8 roads overlapping with like there are actually 8 different stoplights. I lived in Boston from like 2018 to 2019, 2020ish, and then we lived in Texas again, and then we moved back here fairly recently. But yeah, I just after living in a place where a car was required and it took an hour to get anywhere, I was kind of done with it. Thank you, thank you. I definitely prefer living up here over Texas. I mean, I've lived in England, South Korea, um, so I've lived in other parts of the world too. Two Haven Bravos Bastions. My So everyone has like a weird irrational fear, right? Mine's like super specific. My it's like so specific. My weird irrational fear is that I learn how to teleport. Okay? That's like my dream magic power is teleporting. But I can only teleport to and from inside of a vehicle. I would go actually insane. What are you doing, Doombringer? This is suspicious as hell. Like, that is my actual nightmare. Like, we can talk about personal stuff. People can ask me any questions they want. I'm originally from Iowa, so I get the having to drive long distance to get from town to town. I lived in St. Paul, Minnesota, and loved it as I love having tons of options for things close. Now I'm in Florida for a year while my wife finishes her residency, and I'm not a fan. I would not live in Florida, but that's like a weather thing for me. I was not meant to live in Texas. Let's put it that way. There's basically no redeeming quality for me. The like teleport car thing, yeah, but I just like it is it makes that's like the one thing in the world that makes me irrationally angry. The idea that I have to teleport from vehicle to vehicle. I think one of the first streams I did in May, we did my friend asked me to look at a US map and cross out all the states I wouldn't live in. It was a lot. Ivanka. Having two martingales is sweet. My family used to drive to Florida every year until I was maybe like 16. So for me, it's like a place to visit, but I would never want to live there. I like the cold. It's so funny. This is definitely the roughest game we've had tonight. Hi Bonanaka, welcome back. Is it Bonanaka or Bonanasa? You know, is it like a soft C or a hard C? I've always wondered this. My family does snowboarding in the winter. I'd rather visit. Florida has lots of things I don't agree with. Yeah, that too. I like a big thing for me because we went to Chicago recently is like it's a K sound, thank you. Is like when I visit places, when I travel somewhere, I go in with the mindset of I'm pretending like I live here, if that makes sense. Like I treat vacation like a test run for living somewhere. And like Chicago was a place where I was like I couldn't live here because there's nothing I enjoy close at hand. We're not doing too good this game. Hello, YouTube. I haven't said hi to you in a while. How are you doing? I hope your day is going well. Like and subscribe if you want to. I don't really care. You can do what makes you happy. Doombringer's getting us, guys. Who let him get good at building control decks? I didn't want this. It feels so bad to do this. And they have this. Okay, we just don't do anything. I'm accepting defeat. Hi, Chopper. Oh, let's say hi to the cat. Oh, there was an ad. Sorry. What? What are you doing? Oh. I just got punched. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Where's Nova? Go fight Nova. We have 6, 3, 2. I mean, Intimidation's not gonna do anything this late in the game. Yeah, she's a good cat. She is very needy. Chopper, where are you going? What are you doing? You're making this difficult. What? Why are you showing everybody your butthole? Chopper? Like, from One Piece? Yeah, Lyra's fun. Axiom and Lyra, my favorite factions in the game. We're gonna make the biggest blade dancer and then lose. Yeah, the other cat, Nova's in our bedroom. He's old. I can go get him. Yeah, so I think Subosh is Axiom's problem is that like Subosh is just better Sierra right now. I think Subosh is like fairly easy, but because you don't actually play that many permanents really, so it's a little more straightforward. And Traced is just like play everything with a support ability and just get up to 5 as quickly as possible, making the biggest blade dancer ever. This is also some of my favorite art, although I can't actually look at it because if I move my mouse it goes away, but like the little creature on the side doesn't really make sense. Yeah, which they are adding. Well, they're adding like the gear, which is gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's like it looks like it should be a lizard, but it doesn't. Like its legs look like it would be in the wrong place, like they're too far back. Yeah, they did preview a few cards. I can't type damn. They previewed a few cards from the next set. Wait, it's not cool though. Yeah, the gear. Yeah. It's interesting. We talked about there's gonna be like an extra video coming out on YouTube talking about the previews probably. We got a 10-10-10 blade dancer. They were like, I had a cloth cocoon in my hand and I could have gotten rid of it. And I'm like, why? You're gonna win anyway. You know, this feels more important than winning. Having a 10-10-10 Blade Dancer is way more important. Alright, I'll pass now. Welcome back, everyone. Those were our games with the common only Basira deck. We're going to take a minute and talk about the games, talk about how the deck's going. Thank you for the sub on YouTube, Bonanaka. Much appreciated. Kind of talk about what you lose. It was mentioned in the intro, but I think the games make it more obvious. So, as everybody knows, or if you don't know, Basira cares about boosting things, which at common, you still can boost quite a lot. Like that last game, we had a 10-10-10 Blade Dancer at the end. The problem is, and maybe that will change in the future, is card advantage. We just have no way to draw cards. So if we're not winning by like day 4 or 5, the chances of us winning is basically impossible. Hopefully you made it through the game so I can say that it is possible to win. We did win one game. It was very close. It came down to the last move from our opponent and we pulled it out. So I'm proud of us for winning with a common only deck. There's cat fur everywhere. Anyway, if you are ever curious to try playing common only decks, I would definitely try to get your friends to build one too, so you can have an even playing field. If you want to try to do what I'm doing, I definitely think there's other heroes and other factions that you'll have a better chance with. And hopefully we'll get to trying those in future streams and future videos. And since set 2 is getting previewed, we might even get more cards that help what factions are lacking in the common slots to make Pauper a viable format. But I'll tell you now, you can play common only against common only. I know people have been worried that like it's going to take forever for it to be possible. You can do it right now. I promise. The games will be good. They'll be fun. Like just do it. Like don't wait for the game to catch up to what you want to do. Just you know, be more like me. Just do what you want to do. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. Thanks to everyone who joined for the stream. Thanks to everyone who watches the video on YouTube. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. I hope you're all having a good day or night, and I'll see you in the next one for more fun suffering as we challenge ourselves further. Bye bye.